Hey, alright guys, we're picking up where we left off with the last video. So this is part 2. I'm assuming we're going to have a part 3, but here we go where we left off. We were able to shoot the asteroid once, and the asteroid would absorb that shot because it could take 2 damage and our lasers only do 1. So it's going to take 2 bullets to destroy the actual asteroid, so 2 lasers. Alright, that's the basic premise for making the asteroid get destroyed. Now, we are wanting to leave behind some smaller asteroids for us to shoot. Alright, so let's go ahead and make that part work here. I want to make a smaller asteroid get left behind after the asteroid gets destroyed. So the scenes I have are my large asteroid and my green jet. I also have test zone and green laser. But we need some smaller asteroids in order to make this work. So I'm going to make a new scene. So come up here and click new scene. And this is going to be an other node, and we are going to use a sprite. Now for this sprite, I'm going to call it Asteroid. I think that's right. Asteroid 1. And then I'm going to drag and drop the picture of my asteroid in here. I'm not going to do all of these asteroids because you can repeat this process. I will use this piece first right there, and I'll show you how to add one, and then the process can be repeated. Or you can repeat the process because it's going to be the exact same thing. So I'm going to drag and drop this piece here. There is my asteroid piece. Now, my asteroid piece has no collision, so it cannot detect if the lasers strike it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and add a collision shape. But this time, or actually I'm going to add an area 2D first. Area 2D. So that's going to tell us where if something hit it, and we need to declare the shape. So the next object we're going to need is a collision shape. But this time, we're going to use a collision shape Polygon 2D. We haven't used this one yet, and so there's going to be a little bit new stuff here, but it's pretty simple, and it's really neat too. So I'm going to use a collision polygon. So the shape of my asteroid is not really a square or a box or a square or a rectangle or a circle. I could use one of those shapes, but it wouldn't be very accurate. I'm going to try and make this shape more accurate than just putting a square on top of it. So I'm selected on Collision Polygon 2D here. Up at the top middle, you have these little extra buttons that come up. And I want you to click on Create Points. Now, everywhere you click, it's going to put a point. So I'm just going to click around my asteroid here until I get a shape that I am okay with, and I'll end at there, and there we go. I have a collision shape that matches my asteroid a lot better than a circle would. And you can even grab these points and move them around if you didn't put them in exactly the right place, and you'll see that it adjusts it. Now this is, you got to think of how small this little asteroid fragment is, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But something like that looks good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and save my scene. I probably should have already done that, but I'm going to do it now. So let's do Save Scene. So I'm going to do Control S. This is going in the Eversole folder, Scenes, Objects, Online Asteroid. And this is going to be Asteroid 1. Save. I need to add a script to this asteroid, so I'm going to click on Asteroid here, and I'm going to add a script. Now the script needs to be saved in the correct spot, so I'm going to put this in the Scripts folder, Objects, Online Asteroid, and then I'm going to call this Asteroid, and then I'm going to say Parts. And the reason why I'm going to call this Parts is because I'm going to use the same code for every single asteroid chunk. So my large asteroid is going to use this script, and all of my little asteroid chunks are going to use this script here. So there it is, and I'm going to hit create. I'm going to go ahead and give this a name. So I'll come up to the top here. I'll say Eversole. I forgot my comment. It's going to yell at me here. Comment. And these are my asteroid parts. Okay. Asteroid parts. Now I'm going to go ahead and do one more asteroid just to show you guys how it's done. So let's go ahead. Actually, you know what? This one's not fully done yet. We need to add. Actually, it might be done. Yeah, it's gonna be done for now. We'll have to come back and make some changes. So let's go ahead and add one more, and then we'll do it just like this, so you can watch me do it again. So I'm gonna hit the plus sign. I'm gonna do an other node, and that's going to be a sprite. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to grab my asteroid fragment number 2, drag and drop it in there, and I'll call this asteroid 2. I'm going to save my scene, and I want it in the online asteroid. So there's 1 and here's 2, and I need to add an area 2D. There's that. Now I need to add a collision shape polygon, and I don't have to type it in at the top because I can check my recents over here. So collision polygon. Now I'm going to hit this guy here. This is going to add new points. I'll start there. So something like this. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. There's my asteroid shape. And I'll go ahead and save this. Now, this little asteroid fragment here does not have a script yet. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to click on asteroid 2. I'm going to click the attach script. This time I'm not just going to create a new one. I'm going to click on this folder. And then I am going to choose the correct script. So scripts. Objects, asteroids online, and then I'm using the asteroid parts. So I'm reusing this script here. Not the large one, but this one. Alright, so I'm going to hit load this time instead of create, and you'll notice that whenever you do that, it takes you to that original script that you made for this asteroid here, asteroid 1 and 2. They both have the exact same script. That's because they're both going to react in the exact same way to damage or laser shots or, whatever. All right, so there is my asteroid 1 and 2. You know what? I'll do one more just to be good because I need to do them all anyway. Okay, so other note. I'm making another one. So new scene, sprite. I'll drag and drop in number 3. I'll call this asteroid 3. I'm going to add in a area 2D, then a collision shape polygon. Then I'll actually add all the points for my asteroid. And if I mess up some of them, I can always grab them and just move them. Alright, save this in the same scenes folder. So I just did Control S, save, and then I'm going to click on the top, and I'm going to load my script here. So online asteroid. Oops, I need to go to scripts, objects, online, asteroid parts, load. Alright, so I just did 3 of them the exact same way. So I'm going to do my other, I'm gonna pause my video, I'm going to do the other couple ones, and I'll be right back. So I'll have all of mine done. And you can do the same. Alright, I just finished all of my asteroid scenes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They all have the exact same script. So if I click on any one of these, it's going to take me to the exact same script because they're all going to work off of the exact same code. We're going to write it so that under any circumstance, all of them are going to operate correctly. So cool deal. They'll all operate the same. So I'm going to go ahead and close all of those. So I only have one open. I don't need all 7 of them open. All right, so let's take a look at our green asteroid here. So let's think about what we're trying to do. So first off, we have our big asteroid. We want to shoot it. And after we shoot it, that big asteroid needs to disappear. And what needs to be left in its place are the smaller asteroid pieces. All right, so let's go take a look at our large asteroid. This mark here, that's called center, that's going to be where we actually tell the asteroids to spawn. So once this gets destroyed, we want to take this spot and we're going to figure out where that spot is in the world. So we need that spot. So let's go to our screen here. Let's go here. And at the top, just like we did on the jet, we need to find that place in the world. So let's take a look at our jet here. It says, well, we have the projectiles. That's a folder that holds it. And then we have our laser here. That's where the scene is saved. And then when we fire the laser, we need to know where the global position of that is. So I'm going to grab this first line here. And I'm going to come over here to this, back to this asteroid part. So I just grab that line that tells us to figure out the global position on green jet. And I'm coming over here to the large asteroid. And when it breaks apart, we need to know where that spot was. So this spot was not called muzzle, it's called center. So I'm going to rename this one. This one's going to be called center. And we want to get the node. It's not called muzzle, it's called center. All right, so we got our position where we want the asteroids to spawn. Now, we also need to store each one of those asteroid scenes. So if you look back at our green jet here, it grabs the scene for the laser just like this. So we're going to do the same thing for our asteroid. It needs to store all those little asteroid pieces inside of it. So right there. So instead of saying laser, I'm going to say asteroid. And I'm going to say 1. And then I need to get this location where this asteroid is. So if you're putting your stuff in the right spot, it should be relatively easy to find. So I'm going to go to Scenes, Objects, Asteroids, and then I need to go to my online asteroids. And now you'll notice that each one of these online asteroids are named very similarly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I'm going to grab this one here. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to say copy path is somewhere right there. And I'm going to just copy over the top of this one. So Control V. And there is that new path to my asteroid piece. Now I'm going to do the same thing 7 times. So they're all very, very similar. The only difference is going to be the 1 on the ends here. So I'm going to copy this whole line. Paste, 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 paste. I think that's 7 times. Then I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've stored every single one of those asteroid chunks into my large asteroid. So it has access to all of those asteroid pieces. Let's look at the green jet again. Here's where it stores the laser. So it can grab the laser whenever it needs to fire it. And anytime we need the asteroid, we can grab the asteroid. Now, we also need a place to put each one of the asteroid chunks. Anytime it fires the laser here, you'll notice it stores it into a folder called projectiles. We're going to need a folder just like that. However, there's going to be one slight difference here. We're going to be destroying this asteroid, so we can't put that folder here. We need to put the folder somewhere that's not going to get destroyed. Well, that's going to be in our test zone here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to my test zone, and I'm going to add a node 2D to the or just a regular node, I'm sorry, not a node 2D. And I'm going to call this my Asteroid Holder. This is my Asteroid Holder. So anytime we create a small asteroid or even a bigger asteroid, it's going to get put into this asteroid holder. And to hold true to that, I'm going to go ahead and put my other asteroid right there. I'm going to put it inside there. So this, anytime we create a small one or a big one, it needs to get put into this folder right here called Asteroid Holder. Now, if we look at Green Jet again, its code, let's grab this line and we'll try to make this line work for our other one. So I'm grabbing this one and I'm going to come over here to my large asteroid here, and I need to get access to that holder. So let's paste this here, and this one's not called projectiles. We're going to call this Asteroid Holder, like that. Now this says get node. Whenever you're getting a node, you're grabbing from the children. So this get node only has access to the asteroid's children. But we need to get access, so let's pretend this is the asteroid right here. We need to get access to the parent of what's holding on to it. So instead of saying get node, we're going to say get parent. Get parent. Gets the holders for the asteroids. Okay, so this says get parent, and the parent of the asteroid in this case is going to be the holder. All right, so that should be pretty good. All right, so now we have all the scenes. We've got the asteroid holder, and we also got the location. So now we just need to finish the process of putting them into the world. So let's go back and look at our jet again and see how we did it here. So there's the position. The next thing we need to do is store the object into a variable. We're storing our asteroid instance into a variable. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these three, and we're going to make these three work for us. We're going to change them, but they're very similar to what we need to do. So our variable x, it doesn't need to hold the laser instance. It needs to hold the asteroid 1 to start with. So right here I'm going to put asteroid 1, and it says instance. And so this is where we stored the scene into x. We got the position. So I'm gonna write some of this down here. Get the global position. Get the global position. Store the asteroid. And then finally, we need to put the asteroid into the holder, and the holder is here. Put the asteroid, put scene into holder. Okay, so it's going to put the scene into the holder, and then the last thing that needs to happen is it needs to set the actual position. So position should be equal to center. All right. So this when it breaks up, it should spawn asteroid 1. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Save this. All right, here's the moment of truth. See if we made any mistakes. 1 shot and 2 shots, and boom, there is one of the several asteroid chunks right there. That's excellent. So all we have to do to add in more asteroid chunks is to repeat that process 7 times. Here's what I'm going to do. Hopefully this will make sense to you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to instance all of those asteroids. And instead of using X, I'm going to use A. Why did I do that? That's okay though. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I'm going to instance asteroid 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm doing it this way because I want you guys to visually see what is happening. So we instanced each one of those asteroids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, into a different variable, which are all letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now I need to store, and now I need to put each one of those into a holder, which is the one holder right here. So I'm going to say this. And the better way to do this is definitely with a loop, but hey, I want you guys to see how this works. So B, C, come on now, oops, D, E, F, and G. So there's all those. So we instance each one of the scenes, put them into the holders one at a time, and then we need to set the position for each one of those. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, and B. All right, so this should put all 7 of them on the screen, but they're all going to be overlapping each other. It's not that big of a deal, but there it is. So there's all 7 of them. They're all stacked up on top of each other. We haven't programmed any movement for them at all yet, and they're all landing right on top of each other. I'm going to stop this video right here. We'll pick up on part 3 next time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.